anything else from the board to come forward as consideration this morning? No, I'm going to adjourn the business meeting of the TriMet Board and move into our public forum. And we do have some folks who would like to testify. As a reminder, the public forum is not a part of the actual meeting of the board. People wishing to testify during the public forum are encouraged to submit their full testimony in writing and summarize their comments at the meeting. And as generally we've done in the past, public comment should be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. So with that, I'm going to call up a couple folks at a time. We have 4 altogether. First off, Paulette Rossi. I see you back there, Paulette. Come on up. And Al Margulies, if I'm pronouncing that right?
That's right.
Come on up, please. Thank you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Hello, I'm Paulette Rossi, and before I comment on an orphan bus stop, I want to thank the board for their commitment to low-floor buses to the TriMet system. I was here in September because I was very upset about losing one low-floor bus that alternated on bus 22, 23, and 25. It went away, but in October, we got it back, and then on December 4th, every bus on bus 22, 23, and 25, AM through PM, became low-floor. And for people that are transit dependent, that are schlepping their kids, their groceries, their laundry, the elderly, this has been an asset. The buses are running more on time even, so it's wonderful. Also, I want to thank you for expanding the service on Airport Way, Bus 87. Bus 87 for years ran 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the late afternoon as a commuter bus. On September 4th, it went 12 hours of service day long. That left one stop at 5211 Northeast 148 as an orphan stop. The bus goes off of Airport Way for 5 blocks to go through the parking lot of Portland Habilitation Services that has a stop, TriMet stop. But the rest of the day, only going through there 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon, the old 87 schedule. So you can wait at the stop at 5211 Northeast 148 for 8 hours before a bus is going to come through. 2 blocks away on Airport Way, 16 buses have gone both directions on Airport Way. You can't see them because of the slant in the road. I contacted TriMet through their online customer service form in late September asking that the stop be removed. It has no transit tracker number on it, as the other stops do. It has no frequency because it's causing so much confusion for people waiting and there's no service. I never got any response back, and I think removing it would just end the confusion. The last thing I want to say is that I thought when we expanded the service on Airport Way, I was finally going to get my chance to become Miss Daisy. So I walked 3/4 of a mile from my house to Airport Way because I figured by the time ridership got up on this expanded service, I would be driven alone to the Gateway Transit Center. Unfortunately, I don't know where these people came from. The first day of expanded service, the bus was full, and every time it goes into the Gateway Transit Center, it's full. Every time it goes out of the Gateway Transit Center, it's full. So I just want to say it's service that was needed apparently for a very long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paulette. We appreciate that. And I see that our head of operations is looking, is saying she was going to look into that. Thank you for that suggestion.
Al, are you ready?
I have only a few things I want to say this morning. Good morning, my name is Al Margulies. I live in Northwest Portland and was a TriMet employee for 15 years as a bus driver. I left TriMet as an employee because it became a disrespectful workplace. Specifically, management does not respect its union employees, nor does management respect the civil rights of its employees. I am also a blogger. And because I would stick my nose into areas of TriMet that bus drivers are not supposed to stick their nose into, I was singled out for extra special treatment. I know with absolute certainty that many current employees agree absolutely with me that TriMet has become a disrespectful workplace. It's not just me that has experienced this. I've been following the TriMet board since Passador was president. He used to always remind us that it was not required to have public testimony, but he would allow it. That pretty much sums up the reality of TriMet governance. The riders and the employees don't really count. As long as I've been watching the board, I have to tell you with all honesty, the TriMet Board of Directors we currently have is the worst I have ever seen. I'm sure you're all very nice people on an individual level, but you are disgraceful as a governing body. Mr. McFarland, it is interesting that a man that makes $15,600 a month talks about union employees having too much. Our benefits are too expensive. Fred Hanson's retirement check is $15,800 a month, and Brian Playfair's is $10,400. I've always found it curious that people that make 6 or 7 figure salaries have the nerve to preach austerity to everyone around them. My retirement check is $948 a month, soon to be cut to $760 a month. You think you could live on that, Mr. McFarland? You making $16,000 a month, could you live on $760 a month? Mr. McFarland reminds me of Senator McCarthy. He saw enemies and communists all around him. You've treated your union employees as Senator McCarthy treated the so-called communists. The only key thing I can say about Mr. McFarland's behavior toward his union employees comes directly from the McCarthy hearings. Mr. McFarland, have you no sense of decency? At long last, have you left no sense of decency, sir? Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Your comments. We have the next two, Lane Jensen and Alex Hawk. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, great. I guess I'll go first. Okay. Good morning, board members, Mr. McFarland, everyone here. I come with you again with another serious issue like I've done every other time. This one's about discrimination, actually. Because of my extreme knowledge of the TriMet system and how it works, I've actually been singled out by drivers now. On Friday, a TriMet driver on my line 21, actually commented to dispatch that he wanted to strangle me personally. I do have the audio of that as well. This is a concerning matter for me because I know what's going on with the TriMet system. I have been told by many drivers that I know more than probably half the drivers in the system, which is fine with me. It does not bother me at all. But what bothers me is when they want to take physical action against me. Last Monday, I was also on a bus over at Killinghorse and 33rd. I hurt my left shoulder because of the driver making a hard stop. I call into the claims or into customer service, get a hold of claims. I give my statement on Wednesday, last Wednesday, a week ago today, and by the next day, Thursday, I received a denial letter in the mail, which really is concerning to me because the postmark was on Wednesday. I talked to them Wednesday at 10 a.m., yet how in less than 24 hours do I have a denial letter in my mailbox? To me, this is discrimination. Also, on Friday, I did call Kelly Randian to ask to do a PowerPoint to do a 2.5-minute video for this board meeting. As I see the computer, I see the projector here, and I was told that I was not able to do that, even though the 2.5 minutes is within my 3-minute limit. I feel that because I come to the board members with problems within TriMet, that I'm being discriminated, I'm being singled out now for me doing this. And I do not appreciate it. All I'm trying to do is trying to make TriMet better, in my opinion, yet all I get is pushback everywhere I go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, my name is Alex Hawk. I came here this morning a little late. 294s were a no-show from Pacific Highway. Stopped 8792, unfortunately. Got bus 1430, which is prone to breakdowns, unfortunately, as well. I've spoken here a lot. I've addressed the issues. I've come up with solutions. Some of them I've seen. Some of the solutions that I've suggested have been put into place. I'm glad to see that new buses are being purchased. I'm glad to see that ticket machines are being replaced instead of just being repaired. Yesterday at my primary stop, which is at Mount Hood Avenue, I saw 2 maintenance employees actually replacing the machines with newer ones. Hopefully those won't break down as much because the ones at Mount Hood would really break down a lot because of the colder weather out there thanks to the river that's adjacent. One thing that I'm still concerned about is people aren't turning to the TriMet Twitter account for service alerts. Yesterday, as you know, we had a horrific event over at Clackamas Town Center where Max Green Line was being redirected away from Clackamas Town Center where it would stop at Flavel Street and then it would just go back to PSU. Too late after the service alert went out on the website, it went out on Twitter. And it only said that bus service and MAX service will be disrupted due to police activity. Well, which buses are going to be disrupted and where are they going to? Like I told you before, Transport for London has their own Twitter account directly dedicated for bus and rail service alerts. They say, for example, Route B12 will be redirected around Belmont Street due to a industrial fire. Or, let's say in this case, I remember about in June, I believe, there was a shooting over near Capitol Highway, near Barber Boulevard. The 12 was being redirected around that because of police activity. Nothing on Twitter, nothing on TriMet's Twitter account about that, and the 12 buses going through there at the time were very late due to police activity. People are turning to social media to see what the heck is going on, and when they see nothing from TriMet, they're left stuck. It also doesn't make any sense that customer service closes at the peak of rush hour right at 4:30, or right before the peak of rush hour. I got to ride C-Tran, and they close at about 6:30. Closer to when rush hour starts winding down, maybe extended into 7. This isn't C-Tran. Really would like to see new buses being purchased. The taller ones, the double-deckers, articulated, whatever. Anything that could reduce crush load on high-frequency buses as well. Because standing up when I have spinal problems and I can't stand up for very long, it really makes it hard when I have to give up my seat for someone else because or when I can't even get a seat on a bus when I'm bored because it's too full. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate your comments. I'm glad you've seen some of your suggestions implemented, and we can also take note of your others, so thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's all I have who signed up this morning. Is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to testify this morning? Okay, I think we're going to end this session. And everybody have a great holiday season. Drive carefully, and remember to ride the bus. Holiday party. Okay. Thanks.
I recall free service New Year's Eve.
There you go. Thank you.